Hi, I'm John Sherwood, and let's talk about some cook sets. Welcome everyone to part 3 of my series, My Cook Sets That I Own. And today we're going to be talking about the East German Army Mess Kit. And that's this guy right here. Now this guy is an East German insulated canteen. I just have him sitting here just for looks. It's one of my recent acquisitions I got for a really good price off of eBay. So we'll just kind of move him over here to the side. We may do a review on this canteen on another day, but today we're going to talk about this guy. So I'll give you like a little 360 degree view here. Okay, all the way around. Okay, and this pot, or this cook set, is 3-piece. It's all aluminum. Weighs less than a pound, right under a pound. It's kidney shaped. If you noticed here, see the bottom of the pot is kidney shaped, and that is shaped like that for packing. And also when the soldier carried it, it was more comfortable for him to carry it on his hip, and also for packing inside their bag too. Alright, so let's take a look at this thing. It's got a top fry pan with this handle that folds down and kind of locks it down. Usually there was a leather belt that went through this right in between here, down here, and wrapped around to hold all of this together better. It also provided a way for the belt to connect it to a pack or to the soldier's utility belt that they were wearing. So it's kind of loose without that belt on there, but I plan to put my friend has a Velcro strap to go around it. He's going to give me an extra piece he has. So anyways, let's take the top off. This is the first piece. The handle folds out like so to make a nice fry pan handle. It has a recess made into the bottom of this. We'll talk about that in just a minute. You can see how that's made. This could be used as a frying pan or a drinking cup if you need to, or a bowl. So we'll set this aside. Inside the next piece is a little bowl, cup, cooking utensil insert, and it has a nice little fold out handle here too. Okay, it could be used as an additional fry pan or a cup for drinking your coffee out of, or liquids, or it could be another bowl, just another place to prepare food out there in the field. And then the next thing I want to show you is, with this being a mess kit, the soldier would go through sometimes a soup line, a line where they would be served food. So there's the same little slot that's here. Try to get this on film, where the belt strap will go through. If you insert the handle into here, then it becomes where you can hold it right in the middle and go. It becomes one piece. You can actually even, I've seen it on the internet where they just balance the two like this across the pot. So that's a kind of a neat feature. I could see going through a chow line and getting served on each of these, and also getting your soup or your stew, or whatever however they served it back then. So this is a nice nice feature. Alright, now let's go to the pot. Pot is all aluminum with a nice bail handle. That makes it nice so you can hang this over the fire. It can cook, you can make soups or stews, process a lot of water. If you need to boil it to sterilize it before you drink it. You could also make your coffee in this. So what I was talking about on the fry pan with the recessed lid, it fits really nice over the top of this. So the fry pan can also be a lid for the pot. Okay, so that's a really good feature. The lines on this pot, you can see them here, they're little indentations. There's 3 of them. And you can also see them inside the pot. Okay, each one of those lines is 2 cups. So that makes it really nice when you're trying to measure out water for certain things. You can use those lines as a nice guide to boiling the right amount of water that you need. Okay. Some of the things I've cooked with this set. Okay. Try to get everything in frame. I've made popcorn before with this. It's a very nice setup for that. Using this kettle, you would put popcorn at the bottom in a single layer that would cover the whole bottom. Okay, so not piled up, but just one kind of a single layer of popcorn kernels. Then I usually pour olive oil in there. I used a light olive oil, just enough to coat the kernels. And if you use enough oil, that helps with the heat transfer process, where the heat transfers from your fire through the pot. The oil transfers more heat to the kernels if you got enough oil in there. But of course, if you put too much oil, that's unhealthy for you, and it kind of makes it kind of greasy. So you kind of have to work that out for yourself. So what I generally do is got my popcorn kernels and oil in here, put the lid on, then pull the bail handle up like this, kind of in the middle, like so. Then it becomes like a kettle that I can use. I hold it over the fire or over the stove and heat it and keep shaking it up, and it pops. If you put a single layer of popcorn in here, it pops up all the way to the top. So it's perfect. So that's one thing I've done with this. Another thing is I've cooked black beans and rice. I measured out my water and my rice, put it in the bottom, brought it back to a boil. Okay, turn it to simmer. Then in this container, which is the one with the little folding handle, I put canned black beans in there. Put that in back over the top, and then I let them both cook together. The rice cooked on the bottom and the black beans on the top. And you can even, if you wanted to seal it off even more, you could just set this over the top of it too. So it would be a nice seal for the rice, because the rice always calls for a tight sealing lid. But it would work either way. What else have I made? I've made coffee in this thing several times. I usually pour water up to my 2-cup line right here. Where is it? Right there. And then bring that to a boil. Take it off the stove or off the fire, whichever. Put 2 heaping teaspoons of coffee right in here. Then put the lid back on here, off the fire, and let it sit for about 10 minutes and let it just kind of brew there on, in its own, in the water that was boiling. And it makes a pretty good cup of coffee. Also, by letting it sit 10 minutes, it allows time for the grounds to settle into the bottom of the pot. So when you pour it off, if you're nice and careful, you won't get that much grounds into your cup. Okay, also another thing I've used this for is rehydrating foods. Putting my dehydrated foods in these dishes. like so. Get this all in frame. Boiling the water that I need for this, and just pouring it directly into each container and letting it rehydrate like that. Some options you've got when you're out on the trail, you can use a hiking stove like this, and this pot will fit right on top. So if you're just if you're not using a fire at your camp, this is a good option. Okay. Number two, I usually carry my Canteen Cup Stove and Canteen Cup setup. Take the stove off of here. With this, I could put it directly in the coals. If you see my last video, I kind of talked about this, but I could put this directly in the coals. Or I can use what's called a Trangia stove, or any other kind of alcohol stove. Some people make their own out of cat cans or whatever, but put this down, put the stove over it, and there you go. You got a cooking surface. And the last way, which I haven't had a chance to try yet because it's hot here in Florida during the summer, but I will be going on a trip, on a kayak camping trip in about a couple weeks. I plan to try this, but you could use the bale handle to hang this right over the fire. Okay, and I've seen videos on YouTube that other folks have tried that, and it works really good. So anyways, the last thing I want to talk about is there are several different German Army canteens out there. I'm going to put a website address in the description. It's called messkitswordpress.com. Somebody out there put a nice blog out about different mess kits. They cover the German ones, they cover American, Russian, Japanese, and it covers mess kits and canteen systems. So I'll put that address down into the description. Make sure you check that out if you're really interested in historical facts about different types of mess kits and canteens, and check that out. In there you'll find that this East German canteen is different than the West German canteen. Differences in before World War II, after World War II. But the East German one, like I have here, is the only one that has this handle in the cup that fits inside. The West German canteen does not. So if you're planning on buying one of these, if you're interested in this setup, make sure you put in East German canteen, or East German mess kit, and look for the handle in the picture that's there. I like this setup better than the West German mess kit, because this is like an extra cooking pot, extra, cup that has a handle on it that I can hold. Okay. So anyways, that concludes my video. Here, let me put it back together for you. Put the inner cup bowl piece in there. Slip over the top. Flip the handle underneath, which helps to lock it down. And then I'm going to be putting a Velcro type strap that goes around here, which would help hold it all together. Oh, and one other thing that you can do with this, inside here, there's so much room. Sorry I'm going on so long with the video, but inside here you can put all kinds of stuff in here. You can have food in here. You can put seasonings. You can keep your Trangia stove, if you have one of those. Where'd it go? It fits in this. The Trangia Spirit fits in this upper cup right here. All you got to do is wrap this up and something to keep it from rattling around. So this kit has a lot of potential. I like it a whole lot. Can't wait to use it more on the trail. So thanks for watching my video. If you liked what you saw, please click subscribe and click like, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching.